disastrous for him. Good shots from the boy at distance as well. That should be Sakura going down. Irina out, draws in towards our top three with Twisted Minds in what seems to be a fortress, the center of the map of scrap iron. Never mind, that nade is pretty on target.
Just the one for the knocks on that. Although we'll try and flush it out, and he might just find Walsh in the meantime. That's going long. It's actually pretty difficult to land the nades into this one because of where the vehicles sit. There's a lot of cover, and you can see it's not doing too much damage. They're all burnt out, sure, but their protection from that shrapnel, though they are getting forced, and the nades are dropping a little bit shorter. Pop up, oh, the bobble around. It just goes over the bonnet. It's surprising how difficult that spot is to nade, it seems.
Kind of LOS you can get on the nade is basically no damage. Weibo, they're starting to move up right now, and you've got Federal on the off angle, as well as the little boy. Diego and Law, the only two players that are close together, and Weibo is trying to find that position on the map where they can push the spear through the armor.
Hero flexing out, little boy to match. Behind the rock, Hero actually corralling the man in now, and two players from WBG holding that flank down. The back line for Souk is completely under control. They've actually moved all three players up that north side, and now Order's streaking down the middle. With Twisted Minds out, they can start to establish on that bunker. They can play that same spot, but with off angles to complement it.
Why do we have the bow here, Souk? I know it's your specialty, but I don't really think there's any areas here where he needs it. I think he'd be better off with the shotgun right now. I think he's fantastic with it, but it's not like he has to hold down any angle with it right now. Maybe he can hit the vehicle potentially in the back, but I don't know. I'll wait and see. It is always exciting.
Okay.
It's his speciality. Thank you.
Alright. You know what? If WBG win PMGC, we start the campaign to get a Souk skin for the bow. I reckon, for this crossbow. That's what we want. Only if they win, though. Otherwise, we get no help from us. I'd love to see it. Influence Rage. Haven't been able to do too much damage to Weibo. We've been allowed to set themselves up quite nicely here. Diego hopping out. Down in the dirt. They're worried about the flank, and I think rightly so. If you get rid of Hero, and all of a sudden you can start to line up, but that's a really good opening pick for Tech 3Z, stepping up forwards, getting that first knock. Influence Rage. I mean, they're going to suffer to these nades. There's 24 nades and more in the boxes for Weibo, and none for Influence Rage. I didn't even look up the utility before, but okay, yeah, this is done and dusted. Weibo win, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a great game from Weibo. It's been a great game, and I think that my favorite thing about this game is that Souk put the bow and arrow down. He put it down, which is something that he refused to do in previous international tournaments, even in these moments where it didn't make sense. I think he's the one player that can find an unbelievable amount of value of it, but I do think he needs to put it down sometimes, and that's great. It's good news. It's great news, in fact. Yeah, Order's just like, I'm finishing this job now.
With a million boxes and the burnt-out wreckage of half the teams in the lobby, Weibo able to close this one down. Influence Rage, though, it's not doom and gloom for them. They have 5 elims in a second place, would be brilliant. Diego, gonna give it a fair crack, but Order spots him in the grass. It will be taken down. Weibo Gaming able to find a chicken dinner. Adds to their elim tallies, adds to their points. And this top section of the table is looking pretty happy. Weibo certainly more expressive on their victory there as well. Maybe we're some of the more happy we've seen teams going, and the celebration comes through. Nice stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good game. To be honest with you, it was a really good game from them. Some very smart maneuvers around there. And yeah, again, I think the big thing for me is definitely the discipline coming through from Souk, which is like, it's not always the best time to have this weapon out. I'm going to switch it. Like I said, I don't want anyone to think that I'm BMing him, because I think he is the only player in the entire PUBG Mobile that finds a massive amount of value from that weapon. I don't think anyone else can. But it's not always optimal.
Absolutely. Beautiful stuff for the PEL representatives. Weibo, they have a good time closing down that game. We're going to have a good time with the desk. last game, you do it. Gauntlet in the palm of. Gauntlet in the palm of their hand. The execution was beautiful from start to finish, and respectful is not just Niptro, they were going in and just blasting everyone with their guns. No, like the strategy behind every move they made this game was just a 10 out of 10 from start to finish. And in particular, they had this big fight on the southern edge, 2-2 split. I was like, oh, that's a bit much, but they're so respectful that they don't suffer any casualties in those engagements, and then they just easily control the terrain, take it home, and it's so good, in fact. Look, the Sook takes 0 damage this entire match. He is him.
He is him. He is so him. I love how they played this, and you were talking about them being really respectful, right? It's like they know exactly how much they need to do to pressure other teams with minimal fallback on themselves, right? They don't go biggest brains, to be honest, in my view.